Hello, so let's define first what is a limit. So by definition, it says that a limit is the intended height of a function. So how do we determine a function's height? We plug in the x value into the function to see how high it will be. So we just plug in to identify the value or to identify the limit. Now, the next question is, can a limit exist if there is a hole in the graph of a function? Yes, a limit can exist if the ultimate destination is a hole in the graph. Now, so we studied this last time. So the limit notation is the limit of f of x here as x approaches to 2, and this is equal to 4. So the limit as x approaches to 2, or f of x is 4, or the limit of f of x as x approaches to 2 is 4. So that's how we read this one, the notation. So that's how we read the notation on screen. So when does a limit exist? A limit exists if you travel along a function from the left side and from the right side towards some specific value of x. And as long as that functions meets in the middle, as long as the height from the left and the right are the same, then the limit exists. Ibig sabihin, any values from the left approaching to the specific value of x, and any values from the right approaching to the specific value and x, okay, where they meet at the middle, so then the limit exists. Ibig sabihin, if it is the same, let's say the limit from the right and the limit from the left are the same, ibig sabihin the limit exists. Pero kung yung limit from the left ay not equal to the limit from the right, then does not exist. Yan. So the next one, when does a limit not exist? So to be more specific, a limit will not exist if there is a break in the graph of a function. If the height arrived at from the left does not match the height arrived at from the right, then ang limit then will not exist. So the key point here is, if a graph does not break at a given value x, a limit exists there. So, and what do we mean by one-sided limits? So ito yung nababanggit ko kanina na limit from the left and the limit from the right, or the right-hand limit and the left-hand limit. So we start with the right-hand limit. So the right-hand limit is the height arrived at from the right. Kung babasahin natin to, this is read as the limit of f of x as x approaches 4 from the right equals 2. Ibig sabihin ng x, yung may 4 and then may plus sign after the number, ibig sabihin, the x approaches 4 from the right. Okay? So this means x approaches 4 with values greater than 4. Ibig sabihin ng values greater than 4, ang iso-substitute natin na value ng x ay yung mga values from the right ng 4. Ibig sabihin, greater than 4. And the left hand naman, ibig sabihin, the left hand limit or the height arrived at from the left. Kaya the limit of f of x is equal from, as x approaches from the left equals 1. So yung makikita nyo yung x approaches 4 and then may negative sign after the number, it means from the left. Ibig sabihin, ang iso-substitute natin ng mga value or the meaning of x approaches 4, yung mga values niya ay less than 4. Ano ba yung mga value less than 4? 3, 2, 1, and so on. Basta meron kapag may minus sign after the number, it's from the left. Ang iso-substitute natin ng mga number ay from the left. Pero kapag it's a plus sign, ang iso-substitute natin na number ay from the right. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, so just the general limit exists on f of x when x is equal to c if the limit, okay? Yeah, I'll just then fix this. Okay. Okay? So the general limit exists on f of x when x is equal to c if the limit and the right-hand limits are both equal. So yung notation natin, the limit of f of x is equal to L as x, the limit of f of x as x approaches to c is equal to L. Ayan, naano na natin to, na-discuss natin to last time. So in other words, f of x, L as x approaches c. Okay, ibig sabihin, the limit of f of x as x approaches to c is equal to L. Now, let's have this example. Find the limits. Now, kung mapapansin natin, find the limit of g of x as x approaches to 1. Kung ang value ng x natin is equal to 1, pansinin natin ha, kapag i-substitute natin yan, kapag i-substitute natin here, kapag i-substitute natin dito, that would be equal to 0. Yan o, 1 minus 1, that is equal to 0. Magiging undefined yung limits natin. Okay? So, para hindi maging undefined ang limit natin, tingnan natin if ang limit ba natin exists or does not exist. Kailangan natin kunin yung values niya from the left of 1 and from the right of 1. And kapag magkapareho, kung saan sila nag-a-approach, ibig sabihin, it exists. Pero kapag hindi, yung left of the function and the right of the function, from the right and from the left, kapag hindi siya equal, meaning it does not exist. Okay. So let's have from the left and we have from the right. Sige, let's try. Ang napili natin na value ng x ay 0.9, 0.99, and 0.999. It's up to us. And sa kabila naman, greater than 1 kasi from the right, 1.1, 1.01, 1.001. Kung ipa-plug in natin ang 0.9, 0.99, 0.999 becomes, the first one is 6.71, 6.9701, 6.999. Okay? Mapapansin nyo approaching 7. Tingnan natin from the left. Okay? So, mapapansin nyo from the left naman, that is 7.31, 7. What's next? 7.0301 and 1.001. Mapapansin nyo, that is equal to 7. Okay? That is equal to 7. Ayan. So, equal ang ating from the left and from the right. That is equal to 7. So, therefore, the limit of g of x as x approaches 1 ay nag-i-exist kasi equal siya, equal to 7. Yan. Again, if a function approaches the same value from both direction, then that value is the limit of the function at that point. Ibig sabihin, kung same nag-a-approach sa same value, let's say 6.71 nag-a-approach sa 7. Samantala naman sa right side, equal to 7 then. Automatically, ang magiging value ng ating limit ay equal to 7. Okay? Ang ating limit exists. Let's have another one. X squared minus x minus 1 and the absolute value of x plus 1. Kung iso-substitute natin yung negative 1 sa x, magiging negative 1 plus 1, that's the absolute value of 0. So, kailangan natin kunin yung from the left and from the right para hindi maging undefined ang ating limits. Tingnan natin if it exists. Now, we have the limit of h of x from the left. That's the x approaches negative 1 from the left. And the limit of h of x as x approaches negative 1 from the right. So let's have the table. So the left of negative 1 is negative 1.1, negative 1.01, negative 1.001. So yun yung left ng negative 1. So kung we will try to solve, using the equation x squared minus x minus 1, ipa-plug in lang natin doon yung value ng mga x. At ang magiging result ay 3.1, 3.01, and 3.001 rather, 3.001. On the right side naman, we have to the right ng negative 1 is negative 9, negative 0.999. The first one is negative 0.9, negative 0.999, negative 0.999. And then, kapag sinolve natin yan, ibig sabihin, itong mga value na to, this one, pa-plug in lang natin isa-isa dito. Okay? Pa-plug in lang natin yan isa-isa dito. And the result would be, ang magiging result niya ay, ito. Ang magiging result niya ay, sorry, sa left side pa lang muna. Mapapansin natin from the left, it approaches 1. I mean, the limit approaches 3. Mapapansin natin. Yan. So kung sinolve na natin, solve lang natin. And then, mapapansin naman natin sa right, it approaches negative 3. Negative 3 kasi negative 0.29, negative 0.229 ang sagot natin, negative 0.299. Mapapansin natin 3 and negative 3, they are not equal kasi yung from the left ay positive at yung from the right ay negative. So if the left-hand limit and the right-hand limit are not equal, then the general limit does not exist. Hindi siya nag-i-exist. Again, kapag magkaiba yung sagot natin from the left sa from the right, then the limit does not exist. Okay? DNE or NL. DNE does not exist. So let's try this one. Tingnan natin. Kasi kung iso-substitute natin yung 3, magiging undefined din. X minus 3 or 3 minus 3, that's undefined. So try natin from the left and try natin from the right. From the left muna tayo. So ang napili natin ay si 2.9, 2.99, and 2.999. Itong mga value na to, iso-substitute lang natin dito. Okay? So substitute lang natin dito. And that would give us, wait, I'll just erase lang. Magiging, kapag sinubstitute natin yan, that becomes negative 44.1, negative 49.4, negative 49994. Okay. On the left, ibig sabihin, does not exist. No, it does not exist. So sa right side naman, 56.1, 506.01, magkakaiba. So not exist. If either the left-hand limit or the right-hand limit does not exist, then automatically the general limit will not exist. Kahit yung left lang ang hindi magi-exist or right hand lang ang hindi magi-exist, automatically does not exist na yan. Mapapansin nyo magkakaiba sila ng kung saan sila nag-approach. Sa left hand, kahit sa left hand siya, iba-iba pa din ang sagot. So, does not exist. Mapapansin mo din sa right side, iba-ibang number sila nag-approach. So, does not exist. Okay? And we can conclude that a limit is the intended height of a function. So a limit will exist only when the left hand and the right hand limits are equal. A limit exists if there is a hole in the graph. A limit will not exist if there is a break in the graph. Automatically, what I'm trying to say is we can say that the two limits, I mean the limit exists kapag yung value from the left and value from the right are equal. Same na number sila nag-approach. Pero kung magkaiba sila nag-approach from the left, magkaiba din sa from the right, then the limit does not exist. Or kaya naman, kapag hindi na nag-exist from the left or hindi rin nag-exist from the right, automatically the general limits will not exist. Okay? If you have questions, again, you try to message me na lang. Thank you.